Good to see you guys, everybody here. Super excited about today. Definitely join us, spread the word, send out as many people you can. This is totally free. So this will change your life. Definitely, this whole 2-day challenge is worth tens of thousands of dollars, not hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you just really value it. And I really applaud you guys for being here. So I want to challenge you to help one more person, okay? So just text this link out to a friend or post on social media, tag me, tag you guys, get more people involved. And we are going to deliver. Gonna give you guys the best that we ever gonna get. I'm gonna answer any questions. I'm gonna show you guys how to max passive income, six-figure passive income today. Really change your life and your family life forever. Like I have. I retired when I was 33, immigrant boy, and now take care of my family. Just had lunch with them actually, celebrate my birthday, and my mom is cancer survivor for 12 years, able to retire them. But more importantly, now I'm able to help a lot of people, have hundreds and hundreds of members in their community. A lot of them are, retire as well or financial free. Teenager, we have from truck driver. Doesn't matter if you're a teenager or if you are in your 60s. We help people just like you. Also, if you are like even like truck driver to a doctor, we have everybody in between as well that we have helped to make six-figure income. Six-figure income, guys. Passive income. I'm not talking about anybody can make six-figure income working a job. That's easy. Okay, that's very easy. Um, but that's actually really that's harder than what we do. If once you know what we do, once we do it, once you know what our secrets, it's really this business is not that hard at all to make six-figure income passively. Okay. Um, I mean, I tell you, to make six-figure income when I was doing to become a doctor, pharmacist, took me 8 years of school and countless hours of study. But now, I mean, this is I barely work. Yeah, I just got off of 2 weeks around travel around the world trip, celebrate July, Freedom Month. July is my birthday as well. But anyway, everybody here, welcome, welcome. Please turn on your camera, participate fully. This is completely free for you. And I want to know more about you guys. So put down the chat where you guys are coming from, what you guys do, and what's your big reason for being here. Okay, what's your why? Because without your why, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so nothing really matters until you know your why. So Brandon Duran, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for turning on your camera. It's much better to see what you see you. This is real. This is live. This is not, Dr. Chau AI. So I can see you. And we do business with people we like and trust, right? And it's really hard to like and trust somebody when you don't see them. Okay. So turn on your camera. Brian, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. And welcome, welcome. So Sal, Ariel, I'm talking to you guys. Jason, thank you for on your camera. Good to see you. Ria, Pascal, Stephanie. Put out a chat where you guys from. William, Jimmy, welcome. Aletta, Chris, Jack, Raji. Everybody here I care about. Okay. My team, especially on my team, turn on your camera, guys. We want to help introduce you guys as well to the team, to the people. Atlanta, Jason from Lake Elsinore, North California. Okay, cool. Ariel from Atlanta, Ryan, Austin, Brandon, Florida. He does wholesaling, seller finance, a bunch of stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah. So exit strategies. South Carolina. All right, a letter. Yes, I'm actually from South Carolina. I live in Dallas in California, bouncing and traveling a lot. So yeah, we have a lot of basically neighbors, everybody. At some point. I like to travel a lot. Ariel, good to see you. Thank you for turning camera. Chris, good to see you, sir. All right. So put out your why. That's the most important thing. What's your biggest why for being here? Okay. Because I know your time is super valuable. So it's Maya. You should charge $5,000 an hour for consultation. So I don't take it lightly at all. And I want to give you guys a pat on the back right now for being here. Okay. So you're here, pat on the back, clap for yourself because it's not easy to be here. It's not easy to take the time out of your day and focus on something. Okay, I know that for a fact, for sure. So I promise you guys, I will do everything in my power today to deliver my very best to you, to give you the roadmap to get you to financial freedom within the shortest amount of time. Deal? Sounds good? For free, by the way. Okay. All I ask for you is participate fully, get your full attention. And as long as you give me your full attention, I promise to give you my best and stay to the end, because the end I will answer any and all questions for you guys. And also I will give you guys some special, thing that you can go walk away with, that you can actually make things happen right away. And I will give you an hour free consultation call as well, as long as you stick with me. Deal? You guys promise to stick with me? Okay. Sounds good. All right. So Brian, dream is leave corporate race. 9 to 5, amen to that. Jason, learn new strategy, generate passive income. That's right. Chris, traditional long-term, short-term, okay. Exploring all the options with MTR. Okay, absolutely. You're in the right place. Right place at the right time with the right people. All right, all right. All right, so let's get going here. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's get right into it. Okay. So with the 2-day challenge, I'm gonna lay it out to you how I went from immigrant to multi-millionaire. Okay, without owning properties, have any employees or real estate experience. Sounds good? You don't need to own any property. You don't need any employees. You don't even need any real estate experience to make this work. Again, we help people from teenager to truck driver to do this, to a stay-at-home mom. Okay, so you don't need to know or have any background in business either. All you need is 3 things I'm looking for: being coachable, number one, but you can be coachable, I cannot help you. Okay, number two, being persistent, and number three is you are a giver and not just a taker. If you can promise you be those 3 things, then the world is your oyster. You can literally accomplish anything. Okay, so stay to the end. Again, we'll give you the blueprint on how you can do this too, and answer any questions as well at the end. I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while. Okay, so you probably seen this. I'm gonna skip the video. I invested over $1 million into my mindset and my strategies, literally over $1 million. And I can, over 20 years of entrepreneurship, I can compress into 2 days, 2 hours today, 2 hours tomorrow. As how many want to learn what I learned in the last 20 years, hanging out with all these billionaires behind me right here? Invest over $1 million, and I'm giving it to you for free. All I ask for your attention. That's it. Okay? Sounds good? I discovered the one vehicle after all of this that helped me get absolute financial freedom. And believe me, guys, I also got my MBA as well. Okay. So I'm not talking just from the streets. I'm talking from the books as well. I look at hundreds of different models. I try probably tens, dozens and dozens of different kind of businesses, online, offline, everything. Nothing can compare to this vehicle that I'm about to share with you. Okay. I learned from the right people and I refuse to give up. That is the most important thing. Okay. As long as you can learn from the right people and you refuse to give up, don't look at who, like, it doesn't matter what their relationship, your mom, your dad, whatever. No, look at the fruits, what they have done. All these 3 men are multi-billionaires. And if you're not a billionaire, I might want to listen to them. Okay. If you're already a billionaire, then yeah, whatever. Okay. I know I'm not a billionaire, not even close to it. So I'm going to listen to these guys. Okay. So, you know, anything from jumping in the hot plunge or cold plunge with Tony Robbins at his home, hang out backstage with all his family, to, play poker with Grant Cardone and actually won. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And that was a life-changing experience. And he shouted me out on social media, to hang out with Sir Richard Branson for 3 days at his home on his own island, play chess with him. How many want to play chess with Sir Richard Branson? He worth about $5 billion. How many want to play poker with Grant Cardone on his yacht with his top executive? You think you learned stuff from that? Okay. Or hang out with Tony Robbins at his mansion. Literally, it was a mansion in the middle of nowhere in Idaho. I thought I was got lost in another world. And he had the hot spring and the cold plunge in his mansion. In his garden. So that was really cool. And Sir Richard Branson, he has his own island. It was super cool. Like it's I feel like I escaped to like Narnia or something, you know? His whole island, he got like 500 flamingo birds flying around. He got 300 years old turquoise, um, I mean turtles, and the ocean is turquoise. I mean, it was like magical, absolutely magical. And the word changes are there as well. We were there for invite only that help his foundation that helping to solve the world greatest problems, and it was an amazing experience. Okay, but anyway, to show you what's possible, not just for me, but what we can do for our other people that in our community. These are from our students. Okay, so for example, you can book a night for 30 nights. They got $8,000, right? For only 55 nights, they got almost $15,000, right? So these two met within our community and pawn up. Okay. So that's why I love about our community. And if you want insurance housing that will pay you upfront, how many in here want to get paid upfront from insurance housing from companies? Okay. For 3 months, 6 months advance rent like this. Okay. So 3 months stay through insurance, and 90% of them extend, by the way. It's not like short-term rental where they book for 5 days and there's no way they're gonna extend their vacation. Even if they do, they book for another 2 days. I mean, I'm done with those small fish, okay? I like 3 to 5 months. You get me? So I can travel around the world and have fun. Okay. I recently just got off of I went to Cancun, staying in a penthouse overlooking the ocean, went to Greece, Santorini, Paris. Just really just got back into a little bit jet lag. But anyway, so Anne is a mom with 2 kids, frustrated, burnout, and now she's have 20 something properties, making about 40, 50K a month, traveling around the world and have a lot of fun. And now she's actually, just have financial freedom in her 30s. So also Amanda is also a mom of 4 to 5 kids that made it to 20 to $30,000 a month in only a few months as well. Okay. Our coaches and advisor graduated by my mentorship program. That's what I'm most proud of, because the product of the product. Okay. My goal for this training is to teach you how to make six-figure income passively through secrets beyond Airbnb that nobody else is teaching in the marketplace. I actually was one who made history, who went viral on TikTok to teach this outside of. So, you got to be in the bougie environment, to learn about all this. And I spent the money, I've been all in the greatest room to learn about a lot of stuff. And I want to share with the common people. And they're like, why are you sharing our secrets for the corporate housing? I wouldn't want any more competition. And I was like, man, I came here as an immigrant. There's nothing. I made it. I just want to give back. Okay. So if you don't like it, basically give you the middle finger. But other than that, I mean, I want to help the common people, the people that don't have a lot of opportunity, didn't born with a silver spoons. And that's why I went out and just teach you on the internet for free. And then it's caught on fire. And now that's how we got out, start a community. And we created basically the whole industry of midterm rental today. I mean, 2, 3 years ago, nobody knew about midterm rental, when I first started. And thank God now it's caught on fire. A lot of people learn from the video that went viral, and a lot of my students become successful. Now they become coaches as well. I bless them, and the more people we can help, the more everybody can win together, right? There's abundance out there for everybody. There's no competition. There's only collaboration. I totally believe in that. Okay. So my story is an immigrant from a third world country, Vietnam, sleep in a one tiny bedroom, one mattress. My mom, my dad, my sister, and I, these are us four right here. This is literally our backyard when we first came to America, came outside and there's a little fence. That's our backyard. Okay. So we took a picture. but it's still much better than Vietnam, where this like 15, 20 people in that little shack in the back there. That was our life. Okay. So determined to achieve the American dream, I started so many businesses. I was an entrepreneur even when I was 10 years old. But anyway, I thought the way is to become somebody like a doctor, a lawyer. How many here have been taught that, right? Become a doctor, uh, get good grades, stay in school, and you make it. Okay. Some of it is true. I'm not saying it's not true, but that's what my story is. I went and I did everything society told me to do to become a doctor in pharmacy. It took me 8 years of college, hundreds of thousands of dollars in tuition, travel across the country, move to learn from that. I also got my master in business as well. But what I found out is within my first year, I worked my ass off, like many of you, right? And I become the one of the top pharmacists. I won an award for a Fortune 1 company. It's one of the Pharmacy of the Year award, and I thought that I made it. So next thing I know, they sit me down, they give me like a 2% raise. And okay. And I was like, and then they cut my staff hours by like almost half because they know that they can like suck more out of me. They know that I can manage. You are such a great manager. We're gonna cut more people so you can better manage them. Okay, doesn't make any sense. But what I found out is corporate America, they all care about your bottom line. It's not, they don't care about you, don't care about my patient. I felt like I was like a pill mill for like a McDonald's for pharmacy. And because I didn't have time to consult with patient, I didn't have time to do anything. I was just running around working like 3 jobs um, because they want to save some money. I don't know. But anyway, so I was like, it was literally hell. Like I didn't have time to for lunch, didn't have time for breaks, didn't have to use the bathroom. I felt so trapped because I was just driving an hour to work, an hour home, and all the promises I made to my family, like when I graduated, I'm like, hey, mom, dad, don't worry, I'll take care of you, no worry. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, even if you make 6 figure income, nowadays, taxes and inflation will kill you, right? Like it did me. And then on top of that, I got like student loans I got paid, So it was like I look at my mentor 20, 30 years down the road for me, and I was like, this is where I'm heading. No, thank you. Right. So you want to know where you're heading? Just look at the people in your field, 10 years, 20, 30 years ahead of you and your mentor in your field. Is that the life you want? Right. If it's not, you might want to learn from somebody else. Okay. So I was looking at my mentor, who was pharmacist for 20 years, frustrated, burnout, getting older, less energy, still complaining, still, you know, all of that. And I was like, no, thank you. And the funny thing is that mentor become my student now. So it's come full circle. But anyway, I was trapped. I thought I made it. My mom got diagnosed with cancer on top of everything. And then I was like, I gotta figure out something fast. So I went on like a binge, like study all kind of businesses. I learned travel around the America, sometimes around the world to learn from the best to find out what is the business that will set me free. Okay. So I went, anybody here tried drop shipping, right? Multi-level marketing, day trading, franchises, even opening my own restaurants, hundreds of thousands of dollar loss. Got into my multi-family as well, being a realtor, traditional real estate. All of these things, like they work for somebody, I'm sure. They work for me as well, but they did not give me freedom because it's basically trading your time for money. Okay. Whenever you trade your time for money, I mean, it's the worst trade in the world, basically. Okay. Why do I say that? Because any one of these things or any traditional business, you putting in a ton of hours, either like 40, 50, 60 hours a week to make any business happen, right? Or if you want to invest in multifamily or investing in like the stock and they really have passive income, you need millions of dollars, literally, to make 10K a month. How many have millions of dollars to invest, right? Nobody, right? Not that I know, not many people. Okay. So, and then if you're looking at like day trading and all of that, that's just like a heart attack waiting to happen. Okay. I did that for a long time, several times, go back and forth and lost a lot of money. Crypto as well. I don't recommend it at all. You look at multi-level marketing, I know they promise the word, but they give you nothing, pretty much. I mean, you're working, even if you made it, it's a full-time overtime job. Okay. Drop shipping, e-commerce, I look at that too. The competition is outlandish. And with AI these days, it's disrupting everything. Okay. The one thing AI cannot disrupt, guess what? Is where you and I be sleeping tonight. Isn't that awesome? Everybody need a place to sleep. How can AI disrupt where you're gonna be sleeping tonight? Right? That's what I love about that. AI gonna disrupt every single thing, 99% of the industry out there. And if you're not on board of that, if you're not tuning in, wake up, guys. Wake up, okay? Your job is on jeopardy. Everybody, except for if you're a landlord and you're renting real estate, people are gonna need a place to sleep. Everybody. And everybody who's successful gonna want more space. You get it? So that's what I love about this business. So I got frustrated, I got burnt out, and I was trapped. Okay. I was working 60 plus hours a week, lost, miserable, and rock bottom. How many here was lost, miserable, and rock bottom ever? You know, that was me. But that is when I met somebody that gave me the epiphany that I will forever thank that person to this day. It's a she actually. She asked me, does Airbnb own any properties? You guys answer in the chat. Does Airbnb own any properties? No, right? And yet they are the biggest hospitality company in the world, not just the USA. And they got there 10 times faster than Hilton did. And Hilton is not even in the top, like the number one. So they got there like probably 20, 30 times faster, and they become the biggest, the best. They don't even own any properties. Is that crazy? So why do you and I have to own any properties? Is that my shift? My shift, hello, right? Does Uber really own any cars? No. They become the biggest company in the world for car. They know how to, the key is they know how to leverage other people properties. OPP, write that down. OPP, other people properties that they don't teach us. We know how to leverage other people money, other people whatever, but you gotta learn how to leverage other people properties, even better than cars and all of that, because the property don't move. Okay, properties is solid. Property's been here thousands of years. Okay, as long as you know how to leverage other people's property, you can get whatever it is you want because they're unlimited properties. As you see, unlimited potential, unlimited abundance. You get it? I hope you really get that. This idea changed my life because at this moment, at this point, I was a pharmacist. I was already on. I bought a couple of rentals through my years of savings, and it took me like 3, 4 years to buy one rental. I was cash flowing like like a few $100 a month, which is nothing, right? And I was doing the math. I was like, at this pace, I need $10,000 in passive income. So I need like 30 of these houses. And if it took me 3 years to buy one house, it's going to take me 100 years to buy 30 houses. How many have 100 years? Okay. How many have 50? I don't even know how long I have, but I didn't want to wait even 10 years. Okay. Let alone 30, 50 years. So this idea, I went on the race to sublease other people's property. And within probably a year or two after that, I got 20 something Airbnbs at a time and got my freedom. But you see, the old model is exchanging your time for money. That's the old model. And what's the worst trade in the world, guys? The worst trade in the world, right? It's your time for money. And those of you who are, more mature will understand that, right? Because when we're in our 20s, we think we have the whole world, the whole time, like forever. We're gonna last forever. Okay. The older we get, the more that we know life is very short, right? And especially, I'm actually been blessed, even though my mom has cancer, but it showed me that life is really short. And I gotta have a sense of urgency. So if you don't have a sense of urgency for your loved one, I highly recommend that you do that because that's what make a difference. Okay. And then they told us to put money in safe place, 401k, IRA, and 30, 50 years from now, if we're still alive, they're gonna give us millions of dollars. Okay. So does anybody know anybody that actually know somebody that become a DECA millionaire from doing that way? I personally don't. Okay. Not personally. I heard from people on TV and stuff, like that guy who worked at UPS and retire after 50 years and actually like have like 20, $30 million, but who want to work at UPS for 50 years and live a life of misery? Okay. It doesn't make any sense. Like this whole formula is set up for who? The hedge fund managers. Have you ever wondered why the hedge funds manager is the one who like driving like Ferrari, going on yachts, going on expensive vacation, in their 20s and 30s? While we're slaving away, right? Have you ever wondered that? It's like that doesn't make any sense, right? And they tell you that, hey, just put your money in a safe place with us. When you're 70, 80, you can live this lifestyle. Like, come on, man. Like, common sense is not common, right? So there you go. Yeah. I mean, that's some bullshit model, basically. All right. So the new model is great and equitable, scalable business model where you do not exchange your money, not exchange your time for money. You want to earn money while you sleep. How many want to earn money while you sleep? Okay. Which is exactly what we do here. We earn money while we sleep. People sleep at our property, we earn money. Is that awesome? I think this is probably the only business that you can say that is literally, you earn money while people sleep, while you're sleeping. Okay. And you want to continue to reinvest your business for years to come, right? The snowball effect. I didn't take out a profit and go blow it off. Okay. I took a profit, I reinvested in my business, opened another property, do another deal, open another property, do another deal. The next thing you know, you have multiple streams of income. Take a screenshot of this. This is the secret right here. Share this. It's free. I want more people know about it. The holy grail to freedom is not your job, right? The holy grail to freedom is not your business. What's the holy grail to freedom? Anybody? Is MSIs, multiple sources of income. Multiple sources of income. And the better version of that is backed up by real estate. Real estate. It is real. And it is an estate. Okay. It's not fake money. It's not fake things. It's not the virtual world, which I love and all of that. But this is real. It's not going to go anywhere. And you can make consistent, predictable income. This has been happening since mankind, like ever been built. So it's not going to go anywhere. Thousands of years. Everybody needs a place to stay. We're multiplying all the time. And the more we grow, the more space we want. So if you can get multiple streams of income backed up by real estate, that's the holy grail, baby. For example, when I was a pharmacist, I was making 6-figure income, but every single day I was afraid of losing my job. I was afraid of making one mistake and losing my license, or I got hit by somebody and couldn't perform. What happened to you? Question, hard question, but it's important. Like the question I asked myself, what if something happened to me? What happened to my income today, tomorrow? What happened to my family? Ask yourself that, right? If your job income is 100% of your current income, you are at the riskiest place. It's not job security, guys. It's the riskiest place, right? Because something happens to you, you lose 100% of your income. What happened to your family? Even if your job income, you have a side hustle and 50% of your total income, I mean, if you lose 50% of your income, how long are you going to be able to survive? Now, imagine you have 20-something houses that make money while you sleep. That's 20-something sources of income. You get it? Even one of them are burned down as I speak to you right now. One of the houses burned down. I don't care, whatever. Got flooded, got hurricane, whatever. That's only 5% of my income. Does it really gonna affect my life? You see? If you have 20-something houses, making you that. One of them got flooded, burned down, earthquake. That's only 5% of your income, you see? And then you can go out there and leverage somebody else's property like this. It's about a skill set and a mindset. You get it? So you can just go out there and get more like that by what you know. So I hope that really changed somebody. I hope somebody got that. Okay. Okay. This is the holy grail to your financial freedom right here. Okay. Very, very important. All right. Anyway, so the hallways is on your own. So when I first started out about 12 years ago, nobody know anything about this stuff. Airbnb just got started out. And I had to figure out everything my way, the hallway. I had to close down more than 10 Airbnbs. I lost thousands of hours, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, really. And actually, if you're looking at the cost of omission, is I lost probably millions of dollars if I know what I know now, right? Because I was confused about picking the right locations, pricing strategies, managing staff, hospitality experience, how to scale, etc. But the good news is I can save you from these nightmares, right? Because I've been through it. So the hallway is definitely, I had no mentor, no support group, and no help with all the stuff that become a mega host and get financial freedom. Because I went to war by myself every single day because I didn't have an army. You want to build your own army, guys. Write that down. If you're gonna go to war, you want to go to war by yourself or with an army, right? And yet every day people think that they can just go to war by themselves and they win. I mean, so it's like I did it, and I look back and I was like, I was so dumb, to think that, because just common sense. If you're gonna go to war, you're gonna think you're really gonna like win the war by yourself. No, every war is won by a whole army. So if you don't have an army, leverage my army. I built an army already that you can leverage. But anyway, I scale. And why is this different? Clients stay for months instead of days with traditional Airbnb. This is corporate housing. This is midterm rental insurance housing. So people stay for a long, long time. Okay, 3 to 5 months instead of 3 to 5 days. That is a difference about 20 something X difference of time, of commitment, everything. Okay. And then you make 2 times the market rent while minimize management. Okay. 2 times the market rents, guys. How many here can get 2 times the market rent of your rental, right? While minimize the management. And then you got 10 times less management and 10 times more freedom. You got 10 times less risk and headaches. It's business to business versus business to consumer. You get it? Anything you do, you want to go B2B instead of B2C. Okay? Because I ran to mom and pop all the time, or regular people, and they lose their job, whatever. And our luck, right? But you ran to a company, they have the resources. You ran to somebody who have insurance backing them up, and they have insurance pay. For example, flood, earthquake, disaster, these families have insurance. Insurance pay for their stays. How many want to get corporate clients money, insurance money, instead of, John Smo or whatever down the road, right? And then you have able to escape a lot of regulations, and you have a lot of tax exempt in this business. For example, traditional real estate, long-term rental, you don't make any cash flow. Short-term rental with Airbnb, you got to pay hotel tax now. You got to pay a ton of tax. You have a ton of regulations that make it harder and harder for people because the hotel don't want us to win, you see? So the way around that is if your stays is 30 days or longer, usually you have tax exempt. You don't have to pay the hotel tax, which is like 15 to 20% in some states. That's like most of your profit. Okay. Very important you understand that. Also, you have a lot of regulations. A lot of cities are cracking down on short-term rental. They don't allow it anymore. So if you have a short-term rental business, you are building your castle on sand. For example, live example, real example, COVID happened. Did you know that the biggest vacation rental companies went bankrupt? Thousands of property overnight, literally with COVID. Airbnb almost went bankrupt. I was in the room with the founder of Airbnb, Tony Robbins, interviewing him. There's only a few, like just like top 200 people, invite only place. The Airbnb founder said, yeah, my business almost went bankrupt because of COVID. Okay. So if you want to build your castle on sand, go for it. Because who knows when the next COVID is going to happen or the next 9/11 going to happen. 9/11 happened, nobody travel anymore, nobody go on vacation, shut down, same thing. Every 10 years, these things kind of tend to happen. You look at history for whatever reason, you know. I don't know why, but it's going to happen. Okay. Who want that, right? I survived COVID not because I'm great, because I was, I guess, lucky and blessed because I switched most of my accounts to corporate accounts. I was hosting corporations and insurance that was locked in for 3 to 6 months at a time instead of renting out for vacation. Make sense? So it's super huge. My company survived, and these multi-billion-dollar companies went bankrupt, you know, because the strategy, the vehicle, what I will be sharing with you, because this is phenomenal. That's why I said, you know, this is the best opportunity I believe ever. And you're in the right place at the right time if you really pay attention. Sounds good? Okay. Now, disclaimer, I'm not tax attorney, I'm not financial accountant, this is not financial legal advice. This is my personal experience. Take it or leave it, up to you. Okay. Okay, so with that, oh, by the way, if you don't have a business and you are W-2, do yourself a big favor and do this business just for the taxes. Okay. I mean, we have people who make multiple six figures, doctor, lawyer, they don't ever make any kind of business. And just the tax saving alone, we're able to, you know, get them 50, 100K a year in tax saving, you know, because this business is the most tax saving you can have is in a real estate business, because everything is real estate. You travel anywhere, it's real estate. You go anywhere, it's real estate. So you have the most amount of deductible. Okay. All right. So short term versus midterm, what's the difference? So the tenants are more professionals versus a short term. Short term are usually like partier, they go in for an event, maybe whatever event it is, right? Or they going on a spring break, the summertime, they go in, they party, they trash the place, and they go out. And then you got to clean up the mess usually, okay? Not all of them, but a lot of them are, and it's only take one to really give you some nightmares. And I dealt with, you know, drugs, alcohol, all of that, okay? With short-term rental. With midterm, these are professionals, companies, you know, for example, IT company, medical travel professional, even construction companies, they all want to be the best behavior because they don't want to lose their job, you see. So that's what I love about this. It's not like the traditional vacationer who they don't care, they're just there for a couple of days. No, these people, they don't want to lose their job. So they're going to stay, they're going to make things happen, right? As way less management, which is because we clean every few months instead of every few days. You see what I'm saying? So it's super powerful because it's like 10 times less work ever. And you're making about the same amount of money with short-term rental, maybe even more. All right. So the difference between owning versus renting, when you own, you need a insane amount of capital, right? Anywhere from 50K to hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a property. It's a down payment. Get it? And then you got to spend another 50, 100K to renovate it, to make it rent ready. So if you don't really have hundreds of thousands of dollars to do one deal, you might want to listen. Okay. And even if you do that one deal, is really one house really going to change your life? No. I mean, that's only like, even if you do what we do for that one house, it's only $2,000, $3,000 a month. It's not really going to change your life in profit, right? But when you know how to leverage other people, you can go 10 houses, 20 houses in months. I'm not talking about decades. Okay. So that's why, because when you rent, all you need is first month rent, first month deposit, and furnitures. That's it. You don't need down payment. You don't need rehab, qualify for a loan, all of that. Make sense? So that's why you can leverage so fast. With one home that you buy, you can usually get like 8 to 10 arbitrage. We call them arbitrage. It's the difference between one price and another price. So when I talk about arbitrage, it's basically when you are subleasing a property, okay? You can also manage properties for other people. That's a 0% down strategy as well. So we can go over that as well. Now, owning the location is permanent unless you can sell the property. So if you make a mistake, guess what? You're gonna need like a lot more time, a lot more money to sell that property and buy another property. Versus this, you can very quickly change your approach, change your location like that, right? If it doesn't work out, guess what? Your risking is only your first month rent and first month deposit. That's it. Anywhere in the world, in America, that's like 5 to 10,000 max. But your reward is like 30 to 40,000 a year in profit. So on average, you have it for 4 to 5 years. That's $200,000 or $300,000 in profit. So your risk to reward ratio is way, way better. That's very important. I learned this from Tony Robbins, a multi-billionaire, by the way. He teaches me about asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. Asymmetrical. You want any business you touch to have asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. When you're risking $1, you want to make 5 or more. That's what billionaires do. Okay. When you own or flipping a property or doing wholesaling or any kind of traditional real estate, you're only risking, let's say you're putting 50 to 100K to flip a property. Well, you're going to make 50 to 100K. So that's 1 to 1. You're risking 50, 100K to make 50 to 100K. Make sense? So your risk to reward is 1 to 1. So you got to be right 100% of the time, right? To make it work. How many here are right 100% of the time? Okay. Like nobody, all right? But when you rent and sublease, you're only risking 5 to 10,000 to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. So your risk to reward is 1 to 10. So you only need to be right 1 out of 10 times to make money. How many can be right 1 out of 10 times to make money, right? It's very, very important you get that, because that one concept, I mean, I lost probably like over $1 million in bad businesses, and probably like years and years of my life, because I didn't understand that. Because like traditional business, I opened a restaurant, 400K in to make 400K. That's a crazy 1-to-1 ratio. And it took me like a year to build it. Okay. Worst business you can ever do with traditional business with brick and mortar, because the cost is insane. So that's why 99% business fail, because they don't understand these simple concepts that the rich figure out. Okay. Versus if I have took that 400K, I would have got about 40 properties, making me about 80K a month. Okay. So these are real life, real mistakes I made. I'm not arrogant enough to admit it. I did it. But the wise man is somebody who can learn from other people's mistakes, right? Not from your own. So anyway, that's why we love the arbitrage model, because it's very flexible and you can test out the market, and you can get A+ neighborhood, A properties for literally just a few $100 a month in price different, versus when you buy a property, do a fix and flip. If you're going to buy in a better property, better neighborhood, you're going to need like hundreds of thousands of dollars more. You know what I'm saying? So that's why let somebody else do the hard work. Let somebody else qualify for a loan. Somebody else do the rehab. Somebody will make it rent ready. We just roll in like a multi-millionaire and rent the property and cha-ching, make money. Okay. And that's what we do. All right. So, all right, the financial freedom formula. Take a screenshot of this, put it on a wall somewhere. Put it on the wallpaper. Because this is all you need to get financial freedom. Because it's all about cash flow, right? It doesn't matter how much net worth or how much property you have and all of that. If you don't have cash flow, or you have negative cash flow, you negative every month. Are you gonna feel rich and wealthy? No, right? But when you, even if you don't own anything and you're making 20, 30K a month in passive income, positive cash flow, you're gonna feel on top of the world, right? It's all about cash flow, my friend, not cash. So great cash flow. And this business is the best way that you can create cash flow fast. Month one, just do one property, making you a 2K a month on average per property. If you're in California, New York, Florida, you can make like 3 or 5K a month. One student makes 7K a month for property in California. But anyway, average 2K a month, minimum, like, there you go. Month two, you do 2 property. Now you have 6K in passive. Month three, you do 2 property. Now you have 10K in passive income. That's it. 3 months, you have 10K in passive income. You know how long it takes for me to get 10K a month? Like 8 years of my life to become a doctor. And then it's not like passive. I had to work my ass off for 50 hours a week to get that 10K a month. Okay. And that's what traditional job do, you know. If you're an engineer, if you're any kind of executive, director, it took you about 10 years to make 10K a month, you know. So to climb up the corporate ladder from the bottom, right? By month, this in 3 months, you get there. Okay. And if you do this, when you do this, not if, when you do this, yeah, very important. 2 a month, by month 6, you have 11 properties, make you 22K a month in passive income. So imagining you yourself make 22K a month in passive income right now, that's 264K a year. In 10 years, that's $2.6 million if you do nothing else. So this is not just for you, this is a legacy for your kids, your grandkids, okay? This is literally building the foundation for them so that way they don't to trade their time for money. They can actually pursue their passion, right? So how many here 20 something thousand a month would change your life, right? Passive income, right? So imagine what would you do with that? Imagine you already have it right now. That's the most important thing. Imagine you already have it right now, that 27,000 a month, every single month coming in, or if you want more, 50, 60,000 a month, whatever that number is, write that down right now. I'm so happy and grateful. That's your homework right now. If you have a pen and paper or even in your phone, put it down. I'm so happy and grateful that I earn X amount of dollars a month in passive income. Okay. And this is only changed my life because I will be able to, what is your dream? When I ask people what's their why, most people just give me like, oh, financial freedom or whatever, right? But you want to go deep in that, go vividly deep. That's what I learned from all these multi-billionaires. They know exactly to a T what will happen, how they want it. You don't have to know how it's going to happen. You just know what you want. That's the hardest thing you can figure out, knowing what you want, what you really want. Do you want, and make it vivid? You are the executive producer, the main actor, main actor, actress, the director of your own movie. Make it a good one, okay? You are literally the script writer, everything. So why would you make your movie sucks? Okay. In the movie, you see they have amazing pictures, right? If you're gonna go on vacation, what will it be like? What will it be like? For example, the dream vacation that we just had, it didn't just happen like shooting out the back, okay? We went to Cancun, have stay on like basically like a corner suites, ocean front, two side, okay? Have like an amazing, amazing view everywhere. And then Santorini, we stayed in a cave, 2 suites, 2 bathroom, overlooking the ocean, right? And it was the most magical, majestical place on earth. I went to the most amazing, catching the sunset, the catamaran, overlooking the sunset, riding all, go see the black sand beach, the red sand beach, the volcano rocks, all of that, okay? And then we stopped by Athens to see the Acropolis, where the most ancient civilization occur in the Greeks philosophers. And then we decided to go to Bastille Days in Paris. It's like the National Independence Day, and we've seen the most epic fireworks to finish off our trip, right? It was really the most epic fireworks. It's the Olympics happening right now in Paris. It's phenomenal. It's only happened 100 years ago. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. You want to build that, whatever it is for you, build that dream. And to look in my significant other eyes when we go to these places, never forget. Okay. So picture that day for you, whatever that day is. Okay. Whether it's for your loved ones, your kids, or my mom, when I retire her and took her travel over, picture that day when I took her to that beautiful resort overlooking the ocean. We have hired a photographer to take family photos. And she looked at me straight in the eyes with tears in her eyes. She said, son, thank you so much. You are the best son I can ever dream of. Retire me, my mom, my dad. Yeah, her mom too, I retire. And my grandma. And it was the most magical time that we had experienced. I will never forget that. Always grateful for that. So what is that dream for you? What is that vivid picture for you? And paint out that picture, the most beautiful painting, the most beautiful movie you can ever get. And never, never let go of that, no matter what anybody say. Okay. Always have that vision board. If you look at in my office, I always have my vision board. Okay. I actually even created my own, like, you can do like your own movie. There's an app that you can do that with, right? Of your future. And you vividly visualize every day. Okay, anyway, why we are different, what other Airbnb gurus don't tell you. There's a ton of Airbnb gurus out there, okay? But most of them, really like 99.99% of them, they don't do corporate housing. That's the difference, okay? Anybody can list their property on Airbnb and say they're the guru, okay? But corporate is a whole different ballgame, okay? Because we are dealing with high-level companies and also insurance companies. So the fast method I came up with, I will be going over today and then tomorrow, is the 4-step. All you need is these 4 steps. You can either find the right location, S to sublease, S is set up to stand out, T to tap into corporate clients. Okay, that's it. That's all you need. 4-step, simple, right? And you get there fast. Okay, I like to do things fast. You figure it out already because time is of the essence. Okay, so we're gonna go over the first 2 today. Find right location, ask your sublease, and then we're gonna talk about setup to stand out and tap into corporate clients tomorrow. Sounds good? So finding the right location, most people, they tell you they need to do a ton of research, a ton of software. I don't know where to find a deal, etc. Well, I show you how to find a deal right now. Okay, giving you my secrets right now. You ready? It's called the 3 H's: hotels, hospitals, and highways. Those are the main thing. Why? Because hotels, hospitals, and highways, they already do their research of where they would invest hundreds of millions of dollars into a place, right? If they already done their research, why do you and I need to do more? You see what I'm saying? So that's why it is so powerful that you want to know the right location. Okay, so before we move forward into the right location, you guys got some good values so far, right? Very good, huh? I hope that this really set you the foundation and really show you what's possible, okay? And some key fundamentals, and don't disregard this because all the stuff that I just talked about is like 80-90% of your success. What I just share. And most people want to get to the strategy, get to the tactics, blah, blah, blah. But all these billionaires behind me, they all said that your mindset and your thinking is about 80-90% of your success. If you don't have the right thinking, the right mindset, the strategies don't matter. The tactics don't matter. You're not going to do it. You're not going to believe. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we spend a lot of time on these. And that's why it's so important for you to understand this. Okay. And now we can transition into more the tactic, the strategies, and all of that. 4 pages of notes. Chris, keep my hand. Wow. So impressed. I think that's the record for probably record for people taking that much notes on my events, only for an hour in. Good job, Chris. See, that's what I'm talking about. You want to write everything because you're gonna forget 90% of the stuff. If you just listen, you're gonna forget. If you write it down, just the act of writing it down, you're gonna retain more than 90% of the other people. Okay. And oh, by the way, this is interesting. I gotta share this. Harvard did a study, same class, 100, whatever, 1,000 people, and they asked them to write down their goals, write out their dream. Only 3% did it every single day. They follow up 20 years later. Guess what? The top 3% amass a net worth more than the 97% combined. You understand? 90%, 7% people didn't listen. They start out the same level. Everybody has the same level, the same class at Harvard. So they start out pretty much the same. The main difference between the top 3% and the 97%, they just wrote their goals down every single day and they visualize that they already achieve it. Okay. If you get anything, that one thing will change the rest of your life. Okay. So imagine yourself having 20 something houses making you 50, 60K a month in passive income right now. What would that change for you? Right. So, okay. Before we move on, I want to introduce you to one of my top advisor, Michael Harris. You're on the line here. And I want to pop you out in the link as well and give you an offer that you can't refuse if you like the Godfather. The offer is it's a free 1-hour consultation. It's value of $5,000. You know, you want to take it or leave it. It's up to you. It is free. It's very limited. And if you're lucky enough, you can get me. I'm giving about a few hours of my time just this week, really, because it's an hour literally of me one-on-one speak. I only want me or my advisor do a one-on-one consultation with you, right? So this offer is only good for these people in here, okay? Because you show up, I want to honor you. I want to give you something for that. So the link is in the chat. If you want to book a call, click on that link, schedule a call. We only ask for, number one, being coachable and transparent with us, because we can't help you if you can't not coachable and transparent. Number two is being persistent. And number three is be a giver, have a mental attitude of giving and not just to tech, okay? So, and bring your spouse or significant other to the call, because otherwise you're wasting your time and my time as well, because you're not going to be able to answer the questions that they're going to have for you. And most people are going to be negative about things they don't know or understand. Okay. So you have a business partner or a spouse, make sure you schedule them and bring them on the call. Sounds good? That's all we ask. Being on a laptop and not be distracted on a phone or something. That's it. Okay. So book this call right now while it's still there. And it's a good thing you show up on the first day, on the first time we drop this, because this is going to fill up very fast. Okay. This is a screaming like no-brainer. Like, I mean, if I have when I first started out, if I have somebody who been there and done that, become a millionaire from this, giving me an hour of their time for free, I'm like, you crazy. We're not to take it. Okay. So book that call you want. If not, don't worry about it. We have a lot of people who want to serve. But I want to introduce you to one of my top advisor, Michael Harris. He's been with me for a while. He was a product of the products. He's helped hundreds of people just like you enroll to our program. Has tremendous success as well. So everybody give Michael Harris a hand. Woo! Yeah.
Excellent. What's going on, Dr. Chau? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the love. So what's going on, everybody? I'll make this really short and sweet. My name is Michael. I'm one of Dr. Chau's advisors. I actually started off as a student of Dr. Childs, like you just kind of alluded to and mentioned. So I was right where you guys are at, kind of looking for something different, looking for some guidance, some help. And I realized a long time ago, just like Dr. Chow has, that like being in the right room with the right people, getting the right information, and taking the right amount of action is going to get you guys everything that you want. You know, and that's why he talks a lot about mindset, is because mindset is the biggest thing that holds people up from doing anything in life, not just this. So ask questions, book the call, you know, just like Dr. Chow said, like we do these consultations for you guys to see where you guys are at and where you guys are wanting to get to, because Dr. Chow's figured this stuff out already. So, you know, I have the pleasure of helping people now enroll into the program and achieve their goals and dreams. So we all want that for you guys. That's why we do these events. So take action, ask questions, and I appreciate you guys being here.
Everybody give him a hand, okay? So Michael gonna be answering any of your questions in the chat, helping out as well, the rest of my team as well. So let's keep that in mind. And he's just a great guy. Also, give a hand for my team to put this up, free event for you guys, okay? There's a lot of work behind the scenes to get here. And they and my team, I put my team, you know, against anybody, okay? One of them just had a wedding yesterday. And so I mean that, and half of my team attend the wedding, but they still show up here, okay? So that's why, you know, we are committed to you. We're committed to our promises, and I want to make sure that you are served, right? Um, so let's go. All right. So with that being said, I also want I have another students who gonna be on the line. So whenever Wendy is on, definitely Nino or my team, let me know. Okay. I want to introduce you guys one of my great students as well. Okay. So now let's dive into location. So yes, location is probably the most important thing in real estate, right? Why? Anybody know why location is the most important thing? Because you can't change it, right? That's right. Everything else you can change about the house, the deal, the landscape, the cosmetic. But you can't change the location, guys. So that's why we devote the entire, like, one of my step is finding the right location, finding the right deal. You can say that too. Not only location, but what's the right deal. But we only start with location, right? So what make a winning location? We're gonna go over this right now with you, rapid fire, because I know that we want to deliver as much value as possible. So I'm gonna talk kind of fast and just kind of, you know, uh just go through this fast. Okay. So highways, hospitals, and hotels. That is correct. If you get anything else from this, just write that down. The three H's: highways, hospitals, and hotel. So we got to talk about this, talk about that. Yep, yep, yep. What states are best for midterm rental? Bigger cities, the higher the cost of living is actually the better. Bigger population. Why? Because the more you can charge for rent, the better. So this is what awesome, man. How many here are sick and tired of inflation? Okay. Inflation sucks, right? But I actually love inflation. You know why? Because I'm on the receiving end of inflation, my friend. When you're a landlord, you are benefiting from inflation. You get it? Rents always raises, always. You see? So don't hate inflation, love it. Because you're on the wrong end, my friend. Get on the right end, the landlord end. Okay. Then you love it. Because we can charge higher rents. If you're in California right now, you can charge, we have students who charge $10,000 a month for a regular 3-bedroom shack that's built in the 1950s. Okay. If you're in Texas, yeah, you only can charge like 5 or 6,000, which is still good, you know. But anyway, bigger cities, higher cost of living is great, bigger population is great. All that is what to look for. Okay. Now, this doesn't mean that you couldn't make it in a smaller city. We have students who are king of the hill in a smaller city, but the risk of starting in a smaller city is a little bit more, okay? Key factors: populated large city, up and coming cities, cities in transition. What does this mean? Where are people moving to? Okay, you want to go where energy flow, right? The energy is flowing into a place for a good reason. If you're looking at around your city, you get a bunch of cranes, like the cranes, that construction, that mean that people are moving in, they're building things. If you're looking at the U-Haul statistic, you're gonna know where people are moving into and moving out of. Okay. So when people are coming in, the more people coming in, the more job, the more corporate, the more transfer, the more temporary housing that's needed. Okay. So think. I don't want to just give you like, oh, here's the top 5 CD, here's the top 5. No, I want you guys to think for yourself. Okay. With principles. And these are the principles. Get it? What make a location ideal for midterm rental? Highways, hospitals, and hotels. Why? Because if somebody dropped 100 million to $1 billion, don't you think they've done their research? Hello. It's all about leverage, right? It's all about leverage, guys. So you want to leverage these wells. Follow the wells, you're going to get fed. Write that down. Follow the wells, you're going to get fed. That's why the small fish always swim next to the well, because the wells know where the food are. So these amazing company had done millions of dollars of research, hired like a group of analysts to pick the right location. The government built highway system, dropped billions of dollars. When two highway intersect, pay very close attention. Two highway intersect like this, there's 4 pieces of pie. For whatever reason, the hospitals, hotels always aggregate into one of the 4 pieces of pie, or even 2 of the piece of pie, right? You want to be on the right side of the track, literally. It's a big difference. So watch what these big guys are doing. And when 2 highways intersect, where attention flow, money flow, write that down. Attention equal money, okay? Attention flow, money flow. So we have hundreds of thousands of eyeballs a day running through these highways. There you go. Get it? So this is the start. This will give you a good scan of the market instead of scratching your head or doing market research for hours. Within minutes, we can tell if it's a good deal or bad deal. Okay? Within minutes. And I really want to kudos you guys for being here, because I have a lot of followers, as you guys know, about 300,000 right now. A lot of them think they can do it on their own. And what end up happening is usually within a few years, they crawl back to me and ask them, it didn't work. Why? Okay. And one of them, I love him, but he was on this call, a couple months ago. And I pull up the 2 Airbnb that he's trying to do, and it was in the wrong location. It's a bad location. So I was like, if you just sign up for us, and he told me to, he would make hundreds of thousands of dollars instead of losing tens of thousands of dollars in like a few years in his life. Okay. So that's how important these principles and high level secrets are. Get it? Good. All right. So what to avoid downtown and HOA restricted area? What's good is nice suburban with good schools. Why? Downtown, HOA restricted. Yes, you can do it. However, it's just so much harder. Parking is a problem. Regulations, politics, all of that. I don't want to deal with any of that. Okay. HOA is not for us. HOA is about keeping the peace so they can go and eat donuts or something. I don't know. But with us, we don't want HOA. Okay. If an area is no HOA, I'm be like cha-ching, cha-ching. That's the best. But if they have HOA that are not If I'm more lenient, then that's good too. So when you have a suburban neighborhood with good school, that's like the dream life for most Americans, right? And there you go. You have more stable people, you have less transient people as well than the downtown crazy area, right? And it's a lot more like consistent income. You don't have to worry about regulations because regulation sucks. Okay. Who do you want to be regulated? Okay. Because one change in regulation, you gotta move out or something. That happened many times before with us, with traditional when I was doing this. So I learned from hard mistakes. Okay. What are the risks associated with poor location choices? Low demand and seasonality, higher vacancy rate. Okay. Difficulty attracting quality tenants, decrease in property value. You don't have to worry about that too much. But these are the risks. Okay. So that's why location is so important. What I love about the arbitrage model is you can literally cherry pick the best location in the best neighborhood with the best prices for literally only a few $100 more a month, which you're gonna pass on to your clients anyway. Versus with traditional real estate, when you are buying a property, in order for you to get A neighborhood, A plus property versus B neighborhood, B property, you gotta invest hundreds of thousands of dollars more, you know, which would take you a long time to get to. But with this, you can literally just rent for a few $100 more. Make sense? So that's why the arbitrage model is so powerful. You can literally cherry pick whatever you want to do. Okay. So how does location impact seasonality? So seasonality is way more impacted with short-term rental than mid-term rental. So just want to let you know that short-term rental, usually you make money 3 months out of the year. The rest, you're just losing money. Okay. Maybe 6 months max. But mid-term rental, you make money 9, 10, 11 months out of the year. I mean, we have on average, we have about 80 to 90 something percent occupancy rate, which is huge. If it's a short-term rental, it's only like 40 or 50% occupancy rate, you know? Okay, so close down apartment, townhouses, HOA, oversaturated area as well. These are very impacting as well. So if it's the area is oversaturated, there's ways you can research on that as well. But also if it's apartments or townhouses, they're very regulated and there's a lot of neighbors. You don't want that, okay? That's why 3 bedroom, 2 bath is a good start. Suburban neighborhood, single family home. Okay. That is the sweet spot. What are the strategies when competing in saturated markets? Do midterm, not short term. Okay. Because everybody and their grandma is doing short term and list it on Airbnb and undercut the prices. But when you do midterm and you have our sources of corporate clients, they are still paying double the market rent very well. Why? Because if you have 4 employees, is it cheaper for you to rent 4 hotels or rent one house? You see? So we're saving the companies 50 to 80% of their budget, right? While providing the employees more space, have a kitchen so they will eat out less. So that actually save them a lot more money with the employees, right? And they actually have a home instead of a hotel. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's so powerful, the strategy. Also, families, if you have a home, how many ever heard of or been through a flood, fire, hurricane, whatever, right? Where are you gonna stay during those time of disaster? You know, you want to stay in a home or you want to stay in a hotel, right? Even if you, especially if you have pets and kids, hotel is a nightmare. Okay, there's not enough space. and your path is just a nightmare. That's why you want to set up to stand out in saturated area by having a place for the pets, right? A private fencing backyard is a must, for example. And we can go more into that when we talk about setting up. And number three, do arbitrage. Why risk when buying a property? You buy a property and you are wrong, it can take you like a year to get out of it. Whereas arbitrage, it's only take you like maybe a month max. You know, it's time is way more important, guys. And when you buy, and if you are wrong, it costs you probably tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get out of that deal. But when you rent, when you are wrong, it's only cost you the first month rent and the deposit. You see what I'm saying? You can test the market. For one home that you buy, you can do 8 of these arbitrage. Would you rather have one house making you money or 8 houses making you money? That's a real question. Common sense, right? You want 8 houses making you money instead of one, right? Secondly, is would you rather have put all your eggs into one house, or you want to spread your eggs out 8 houses, 8 locations? So that way, even if one of the location don't work out, you still have 7 other ones who make you money. Makes sense? So that's why it's such a powerful strategy. Okay. And if you don't, and the 0% will be you managing property or co-hosting property. You don't even need first month rent, first month deposit. It's like an infinite return, 0% down money. By knowing the skill sets, knowing our network, knowing our resources, our sources, you can literally go out there and target any kind of landlord who are burnout and want to do more short-term, quote unquote, and they don't know where to go. And you can come in and pitch the idea to them and, you know, co-host manage for them for 20% of the gross revenue. And then you just list it on all our sources and leverage our knowledge. And literally, boom, you have a business that can make you 6-figure income within months. Okay. All right. So the formula for corporate housing arbitrage. Take a screenshot of this. This is the formula. Took me a while to figure out. First month rent, first month deposit, about 5 to 7K initial expense. You can buy the furniture or rent the furniture. I would buy the furniture, 5 to 7K. And you're like, what? 5 to 7K to, furnish a 3-bedroom home? Are you crazy? Well, we've been at this for a while and we figure out the best furnitures for the best price and where to get them. We have checklists, we have resources. So just the furniture alone can save you thousands of dollars if you don't know what you're doing for one house. And if you're really looking to do 10 houses, just the furniture alone can save you 20, 30, 40, $50,000, right? And plus, this business, you don't need fancy like game room or the pool, like short-term rental. You need all of that to compete in the short-term rental. This, you don't need it. People who stay at these places, they don't need all of that, okay? I tell you what they need in the setup to stand out. Class. But this is 2 times the rent, what you're gonna charge to these companies or to these insurance housing, plus or minus utilities. So what this means is it's about 200% return. How is that possible? Your total investment is, let's say, about 12K. Make it easy, right? You got first month rent, first month deposit, plus furniture, around 12K. 15K if you're in California or Florida, maybe 20K max, but you're gonna make double. But let's say if you're in any other regular states, it's about 12K. You make 2K a month. So 6 months in, you make your money back. Your first year, you double your money. That's a 200% ROI, return on investment. Where can you get 200% return on your money? Okay. Warren Buffett make 20% a year, and he's the world's greatest investor. Okay. This gives you 200%. Even if you suck at it, you can make 100%. That's still better than Warren Buffett. Okay. Just want to put you in perspective. Okay. So that's why this business is phenomenal. With 5 properties, you can make 2 to 3K a month per property. So you get 10 to 15K a month. With 10 properties, you make 20 to 30K a month. That's it. All you need is 10 properties really to live out all kind of dreams you want, right? So that's why it's so powerful with this formula. Okay. And you can charge this rent 2 times the rent because the corporate is still cheaper than hotels. Hotels would cost the corporate like 4 times the rent. You know what I'm saying? Instead of 2 times the rent. All right, I think Wendy, is that Wendy? So book a free consultation call with us if you haven't already. And I think that's Wendy's joining us, one of my students. Let me just make sure it's her. If it's not, bring her on and want to share her story. Wendy, can you hear me? You spotlight her?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect, perfect. Wendy, yeah, spotlight her, please. How are you, Wendy? Good to see you. Everybody, Wendy, give Wendy a hand. Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your background, and yeah, that's what you do and all of that, so people know you real, and how this business has changed your
Sure,
life.
sure. So I'm Wendy St. Clair, and I've been in marketing, high tech marketing as a professional for probably 30 years. Is there an echo? Can you guys hear me okay? Not an echo? Okay. Been in marketing, high tech primarily as a day job corporate worker for a long time. And about 10 years ago, I started really getting into real estate as far as like investing in long-term rental houses. I own a number of houses across the country, but I was buying them turnkey. And so it really, uh, every $300 you make has to go right back into the house to fix it up because you've got a tree that went down that cost you $1,800, or you've got a problem with a renter that needs to be evicted. And so it was not a path to any kind of passive income or retirement. And so I started looking at the Airbnb world and the Airbnb business a few years back, but I was afraid to jump in. It was right around COVID time and things were kind of iffy then. I mean, it turned out to would have been a great idea to do, but I didn't. But then I kind of came across the whole concept of midterm rentals, and I started investigating it. And I met Dr. Chau at one of the midterm rental conferences that I went to. And his shtick was a little bit different. It wasn't about buying real estate. I live in Southern California, so it's very expensive to buy real estate here right now. And it doesn't always make sense. In fact, it rarely makes sense to buy and hold real estate here unless you're going to live in it. And so his shtick was more around the arbitrage side of things, where uh, rent and improve it and add furniture and put all whistles around and start making connections with insurance companies and other folks that are looking to use temporary housing, the corporate housing pitch, as he says. And so I don't know when it was, Dr. Chow, when I joined, maybe October, November of last year or something like that. I joined and really started putting my effort toward this. So by January 1st, I had my first house up and running. And within 3 days, I had a call from Temporary Housing Directory after I put everything. I was up at midnight on New Year's Eve, literally, or New Year's Day, putting everything up on the platforms. Got a call pretty much immediately from Temporary Housing Directory and rented out my first house, which I was renting for $5,000 a month, which is a lot, but it's Southern California. You got to remember. And this house does have a short-term rental license. But I got a call from Temporary Housing Directory and put somebody under contract within 2 days, and I had it rented for 3 months for somebody that was put out of their house for $8,000 a month. So there's a $3,000, profit for me in there. Gross profit, of course. There are some expenses. We'll get to that. And then within a couple of months, I opened up my second property, and this was actually the same landlord. He had a second property nearby. And I've managed to keep that one full as well this whole year. So from March on. And I'm basically grossing $3,000 a month from each of these properties right now. And so the model does work, and I was able to, I don't think I could have done it on my own because there's just so many little things that you need to learn along the way. And so having a mentor and a group like this has really just helped us to bounce ideas off of each other and to really learn through others that have been there and done that.
Fantastic. Awesome. Give Wendy a hand, huh? Thank you for sharing your story. And yeah, Wendy's been tremendous in the community, helping out, always giving. And that's what I love about our community as well. So yes, so Wendy, with this, you basically, yeah, you make around $3,000 a month per property. And you know, and you've been at it only for a few months. So if you compare this to the corporate world, which you've been in for 20 years, you know, how long do you think it would take for people to make actually 10K a month or even 20K a month in a corporate world? And how much work does this involve versus the, you know, regular job?
Yeah, well, when I first looked at it, I mean, I'm kind of an analysis person. I'm pretty deep. I got Excel spreadsheets about the yin yang. Dr. Chau always kind of makes fun of me for a lot of it sometimes, but it is a model that scales, and that's the best way to do it. And I mean, to be honest, I haven't scaled the way that I want to yet, but I've just got a little fear factor and just still kind of moving slowly to make sure I don't get in over my head and end up hurting myself later. But the model scales to about 5 houses. If you can get 5 houses going in a 6-month, 8-month period, then you can very easily be bringing in 10 grand a month. I mean, it's realistic depending on what market you're in and where you're at. In California, theoretically, I could even be bringing in more, but it's for me now, it's about finding the right next property and really deciding whether I want to go down this arbitrage path now, or I'm also looking at doing some co-hosting as well, where you make a little less money. Co-hosting is where you, the owner puts the money for the furniture down and does all the monthly costs as far as the internet and the air conditioning and the heating, etc. But you just market it for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month and take a 15 to 20% cut off the top. And that is a little less risky to me. It's not as high profit for me, but it avoids the $10,000 output that you have to put down for every house that you put under contract. And I know Dr. Chau and the mentors have always said they could do it for 8, but I find I'm very much at around 10, because once you add up everything from the cheese grater to the sofa to the cups and everything, just art on the walls and all of that. I mean, it's a time consuming and tedious, and I mean, it's like a sprint at the end. But so those are the 2 models I'm looking at. Yes, 5 houses
Yes.
in arbitrage, 10 grand, easy.
Right. So for the 2 houses that you are generating about 6K a month right now, how much time, you know, a week right now after you get it all set up that you're actually spending in the business?
I'm probably spending less than 10 hours a week on it now, but I will tell you that the first month or so, I was burning the candle at all ends, just trying to understand the business, learn what I needed to do, understand the different platforms, understand the leasing process, the insurance process, the analysis process. But really, once it's up and running, maybe 5 hours a week. But you know, it's always a hit and miss. You just never know, because when someone moves out, then boom, you got to dive back in and you got to get on it again. And every month, if I was really on it, what I like to do is go to all of the platforms and reinsert all of my information in each of them and tell them that my house is still there. And because I'm trying to build my business, I don't rest on my laurels. So I'm spending more time just trying to figure out what's next, what's coming next for Wendy. Where do I want to spend my time, money, and energy?
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, about 5, 10 hours a week, and you're on the verge of making 10, 6-figure income very fast. So that's awesome. And how will you attribute, our community or the resources that we build and the coaches that has helped you to get to where you want to go?
I mean, it's really been infinitely invaluable. I'm not sure I could have done it without something like this, because A, it just gives you some accountability. B, it gives you a group of people to bounce ideas and questions off of 24/7. I mean, there will be a Sunday night at midnight. We've had people in the community that had like a leak, a water leak in one of their properties, and they'll just throw it into the chat and be like, "Oh my God, what do I need to do? These people, the tenants are angry with me, or I need to get my insurance in order, or who do I call? There's a group of us at the ready that are learning from each other, as well as kind of helping each other out as we go. And that's really the only way I could have done it. I would have felt a lot more lost, and I'm not sure I would have gotten to the point that I am now without this kind of a community.
Awesome. Thank you. So, what would you advise for people who are on the fence, maybe, looking at this and don't know, looking at other opportunities as well, and, just kind of have fear or something and holding them back? How you consult them?
Well, the one thing I would say is first look at your market where you want to do this in, and make sure that you are either physically or mentally close to that market so that you can understand your market, because that's an important part. There is the opportunity for you to make a big mistake and choose a market or an area of town that is not good. And even though that you can do it remotely, I've looked at doing it in, Las Vegas, I've looked at doing it in Colorado, but I'm not there. And for the first couple of them, it's been incredibly important for me to be able to show up with a roll of toilet paper when I need to, or to go to the property at the end of every lease and just check it out with my own eyes and see what's going on. And that's given me confidence, and it's given me the ability to do it remotely eventually. But number one, I think it is important to do it in the market where you're at least from my perspective. Number two is the financial investment required to do it. I mean, Dr. Chau is right. You're going to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month gross profit off of each house that you have when you arbitrage. But you do need to put some investment into each of these properties in order to get them up and running. Even if it comes to you furnished, which one of mine did, and that was a very lucky draw, it still cost me a couple grand just to get it up and running, in addition to the monthly rent that I have to pay. And that's kind of a nail-biting experience. If you don't have, 40, 50 grand lying around in an account as a backup, it's scary because you could bite off more than you can chew pretty easily. And so you have to just really look at what your resources are and what you can call upon. Now, there's ways around that. If you don't have that kind of money sitting around, there's ways to go ahead and quickly get a business credit card, a business line credit card, where you can get 0% interest for a year. I have 2 of those credit cards right now, and I keep a balance on them, even though I have the money in the account, because I want to just make sure that I don't get caught on a rainy day, that I'll pay it off before I ever have to pay a penny of interest. But that has helped give me a backup plan if things don't go the way that I needed them to. So those are things to consider.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So, and there's so many business opportunities out there and all of that. Why did you pick this business, and why did you pick us?
Because it's easy enough to get in. Like, I'm in a number of other communities. In fact, I'm headed out to Montana today. I'm part of Pace Morby's creative finance group, and I do some work with them as well. And I also have long-term rental market houses. But this is something where you can pretty easily get in and learn how to do it and grow quickly to a profit level. Number one. Number two, it's a little bit, it's more stable, honestly, than some of the other things that I do. So it is a good investment model. I guess that's why I chose it. And then why did I choose the Dr. Chau program? I think because he was focused at the time on arbitrage. They'd shown success in that area, and there was this community of people that I could join and be part of. And so, that's been great.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Everybody give her a hand. Have a good
all
trip, Wendy.
the spreadsheets
So
and all
much for
the
being here.
samples.
Yeah.
Is that
Have
it?
a good day. Have a good trip. Thank you so
Okay.
much for being here.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys. All
Take
right.
care.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, yeah. So you heard it right there. Okay. That's one of my many people example. Sorry about the audio. I think she's on the Uber to her destination, so the audio is kind of sucks. But anyway, that's what entrepreneurs do, man. We just make things happen, roll with it. Okay. So there you go. All right, let's go back to our location. And we're gonna wrap up the location here. I know I'm watching the time here, trust me. Very, very important. So we're gonna skip through all of this. And we're gonna go straight into second thing is how to sublease the property. Okay. But before we do that, I'm going to answer any questions about location real quick. I know there were some questions. So my team, if I miss something, just unmute yourself and tell me, okay? Okay. Airports with hotels. Airport is good to look at too, but I like, usually hotels are close to airport. So airport is not bad to look at. But usually hotels and hospital with the highways combo is a lot more stronger. Rent more units as well. Okay. Yeah, you don't. The good thing about this is you don't need a bunch of software like short-term rental and a bunch of management stuff that you pay $1,000 a month to use because they rent for 3 5 months, so it's very manageable. And it's not hard to manage people like 5 10 houses that stay for 3 to 5 months at a time. I mean, there's not much to do. Like I know Wendy says she's doing 10 hours, but it's more like 5 hours of this and 5 hours of learning and growing in what she does. She's very detailed and meticulous, as you know. So she like have spreadsheets for everything and all of that, and build out models and spend too much time on that, I think. But for regular people to manage a few properties only take an hour or two a week. Okay. I mean, what else you got to do when they check into the property? Nothing, pretty much. Okay. Until they call you for something, which most of the time rarely ever happen. And then you call somebody else to fix it, not you. I don't ever want people to fix toilet or anything like that. Okay. Hire a professional, pay them well, because most of the time, you want to buy your freedom back, not have a job. And you can pass a lot of that to the corporate landlord or the landlord because it's not your property. So that's what good about arbitrage is you can pass a lot of the big stuff to the either landlord, or if it's a plumbing issues, the corporate, the company is responsible for that, right? So HOA, right? Try looking to do Airbnb. It seems like impossible to find the suburban non-HOA neighborhood. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can look at your area and there's nothing is impossible, right? When I see impossible, I see impossible. It's the same word. It's just a matter of how you look at things. Okay. So impossible is impossible. Write that down. Okay. And there's a ton. There's a ton. And I will look at some properties with you, Brian. Okay. When we have time here at the end here. Sometimes there's no way around it. Okay. So I mean there's so many properties. If your market is not there where you're locally, expand your market. I mean, I have in multiple states and some properties I haven't been in for years now because I have a team that run everything, right? And we can manage everything from around the world. You don't have to be in your local market, you know? It's good to start out in your local market to learn the ropes. Okay, so Carrie, how are you able to charge that even though every realtor told me this is not possible? Okay, all right, first of all, 99.99% realtor don't even know about this exists, okay? Realtor, like I have several students who are brokers in the market they're in for 30, 40 years that they don't know about this. This industry is a hidden secret, a hidden gem that they don't want other people to know. Number one. Number two, man coaching companies that actually let out this is us. And we only been coaching, it's only been out there for the last few years. So I don't expect any realtor to know really any of this. Okay. Secondly, charge 2 times the rent, maintain 90, 80% occupancy. Even why is it not possible? I don't get that. It is very possible. We have so many people doing it all the time. Why not? I mean, the reason why we charge 2 times the rent because the companies, it's cost them a lot more to rent hotels. I mean, to renting hotel, it can cost them like 3 or 4 times more, than versus 2 times the rent. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Yep. Chris, thank you for being here and look forward to talking to you in the one-on-one call. Let's see. Jack, is there, hold on. Is there a standard house like 2 bedroom, 2 bath that most insurance or larger houses? 3 bedroom, 2 bath is best, or 4 bed is best. Yeah. Why? Because if you have a family, most family they need at least 3 bedroom. Okay. There's a reason why single family home start out at 3 bedroom, not 2 bedroom, right? Husband and wife, 2 kids, an office. Now everything is if you're in the only exception when you can do 2 bedroom, 2 bath is if you're in like California, like LA, like some really like high rent like New York, then if that's the best option, then that's your best option, right? Do that. That's fine. But for most people, you don't need to go 2 bedroom where you can do 3 bedroom for not that much more. How do you compete with furnished apartments in the location? You compete by knowing those sources. So we tested over 1,000 sources by now with our community of hundreds of people. And we have found only about dozens, like 30 something really solid sources for corporate housing and insurance housing. And those are our trade secrets, if you will. Okay. So that's how you compete. You compete by knowing the stuff that people don't know about. Secondly, is our community. So you can show them that you are serious, and also that you can leverage our community and our sources that took us like 20 years combined experience to find with hundreds of different people. So for example, this is how you compete right here. So I built my own army, like I told you. Okay. So Beyond Corporate Housing Network, beyondchn.com. Go on there right now. You see this right here, partnership, click on that. And these are our students who literally become our partners all over the nation. Okay, this is how you compete. Imagining, everybody else doing Airbnb and contacting landlord and saying, hey, I want to Airbnb your property. Let's make some money. Click, right? They hear that a million times. And why don't they just do it themselves? Versus us here, we built a corporate housing. Literally, you can say like we're part of a nationwide corporate housing network with hundreds of properties combined with over 100 different partners and a group of coaches. We have, you know, our network is expansive, like across the nation, from coast to coast, literally from, you see here, California to Florida to New York to Pennsylvania to Atlanta, right? And the list go on and on and on. So that's why it's so powerful when you have, and you can literally say we have hundreds of direct partners, 100 different coaches. I mean, 100 different partners. We've done hundreds of properties without lying, because we have done that, and you being a part of our network, being a part of our community, instantly level you up to this level. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you compete. Does that make sense? It's all about leverage, guys. So when you can leverage us, then do it. And you can be featured on here, your property, your logo, your website. Isn't that a lot more powerful than Airbnb? Yeah. So that's why I love this community, and that's how we can able to compete. Okay. So you see the list just keep going on and on and on. Let's keep on loading and loading and loading. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the questions. How are you able to charge? Okay, done that. All right. So how long does it typically rent out a unit? 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Are you finding clients in the market prior to renting them out? That's a great question. You can. That's an advanced strategy. Once you establish yourself with our sources, you literally get hit up with other potential deal and people you can host. And if you don't have a property, go out there and find one very fast. Or you can post in our community and get other people to do it and partner up with them. Make sense? So powerful, that strategy. The carry ads renting out road, so then they find not us, or is it referred to us? Okay. So these companies are ranging a wide range of companies. There's IT companies, there's general contractor, there's transient company, there's digital nomads, medical companies that we are partnering up with. And they find the tenants and they find the properties as well, right? And then they contact you. So it's more of like a third party that helping these companies to rent their properties professionally that we have access to. Okay, does that make sense? All right, how are you comping with these opportunities and what should we account for regarding expenses? So these opportunities, that's more like more advanced details as far as there's pricing strategies. There's depending on the type, like with insurance housing, we will charge more versus construction housing, for example. You know, and then for expenses, the main thing is you pay utilities and, you know, landscaping, but everything is negotiable. So you can actually, you know, negotiate that with the landlord, or you can pay utilities up to like $300 a month. After that, the corporate housing have to pay, for example. So that's a, you know, a pretty that would take a while to cover all the details. Can you give us an example of a pitch to an insurance company, or do we offer contract template? Yeah, so we do offer like contract templates. You know, we're not lawyer or all of that, but we do have the template for you. And to insurance company, what will happen is there's adjusters, there's companies that deal with insurance company that fighting houses to host. And we have a relationship with these companies that they have trust us and they allow us to rent our properties. So that's what you do. So the pitch to these companies, hey, if we are part of our community, we don't just do Airbnb, we have a nationwide network. We've done hundreds of these deals nationwide. We have hundreds of different partners nationwide. So, you know, when you do business with us, you're not just doing business with me or one property. I have the access to a wonderful network that literally span across America. Okay. So therefore, you can partner with other people in our community to make money without really doing it. Just send them a referral of these contracts if you want. And it's also project you like even more powerful than just doing one or two properties, right? So that's the pitch. We don't do all the work for you, no. We are a coaching company. We teach you how to do it and how to think, and you do it. So it's will ingrain into your skill set. It's not, you know, you gotta learn how to do the skill set. Don't just think about, oh, just get like, you know, if we do everything for you, that's great. But then you don't learn anything. You don't have the skill set. So you're gonna be relying on us forever. We don't want that. Okay. My goal is to teach you everything we know so that within a few months you can literally operate a six-figure income business for you and your family and pass that knowledge and skill set on to your generation to come. Evict for non-payment of rent. That's a great question. So short-term rental all the time. With corporate housing, midterm rental, guess how many evictions I have? 0 in the last 10 years. Okay. So that's what I love about this business. I don't know, you hear any landlord been doing this for over 10 years with 20, 30 properties that have no eviction. Because corporate housing and insurance housing, they're not going to fight you over 5, 10K in rent. They're just going to cut you the check. They don't want to ruin their reputation. Makes sense? That's what I love about this business. Okay. How can I check if it would be a good fit for convertible midterm rental or if it is treated, how to calculate potential revenue? Yeah. Potential revenue usually calculated by double the market rent. So you first figure out the market rent in the area, and then if it's really fit the three edges, then you double it. And then of course you gotta check it with some other websites, stuff like that, and Airbnb and other potential that you see. But that's usually we see on average is what you can get. Is usually double the market rent. How long is the coaching? We have different packages from 6 months to a year. I highly recommend a year-long one because it's the best value. But that's what the one-on-one coaching call consultation is for. So book that call and we go over the details for you. I'm not here to just like selling my, the detail of my program and all of that. I'm here to give you as much value. And if you want more information on that, then just book the call with us. And we will give you customize a roadmap for you as well, where you want to go, what is you want, where you want to go, and then devise a game plan for you. Okay. ADNA and you can use ADNA to do a gauge, but it's not really like accurate for what we do because they're more on short-term rental. Yeah, so schedule a call there, book that call. Okay. All right. We really gotta move on here. So your homework is to find the property. Yeah, I gotta show you this real quick so you can understand. So you're looking at the market, go into your local market and find, your three edges, okay? And focus on where you want to go with that. So, for example, Brian, why don't you come up here and tell me your market, okay? So I can look for it. Can you unmute, spotlight him, and tell me your market?
About 30 minutes outside of Austin.
Austin. Okay, so let's look at Austin. Okay, 30 minutes east, west, north, south. Which side?
North.
North. Okay.
Hotel area.
Okay, cool. So when you look at any market, dive straight into here. Avoid downtown. Okay, so there's a loop. You see this loop right here? The first loop is good with highway intersection. So this right here is highway intersection, highway intersection. You see north. So I'm gonna go north. And then there's a second loop out the area, another highway intersection there, another highway intersection there. So then we're gonna look into hospitals. Okay, so there's some hospital downtown, of course, and there's a lot more hospital up north. So that's good. Okay, so therefore the north area is prominent, and then you're going to look into hotels. Okay. So when you look at hotel, of course, look for the one who have not the La Quinta, but obviously, one looking for a little bit higher level hotels. Okay. So if you're looking at the overall hotels here, where are the best spots gonna be? There's a Hyatt. It's not bad. Okay. 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 So looks like the clusters down here is good because if you go too far out, it's not, it's just not strong, So trying to figure out okay. Okay.
Leslie and
Yeah. So like these two intersection along this highway, it's good as well. Some Holiday Inn, okay, okay. Good, Sleepy Inn, Holiday Inn, Hyatt. Okay, Renaissance should be good too. Um, okay, so now we kind of established the north area here. The other here, I'll give you one more secret, is Whole Foods. Let's try what Whole Foods is. Boom, it's along this highway. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like Sprout, Whole Food, and stuff like that. It's more along this highway, which I saw a couple more high-end hotels are at too. So maybe like this intersection right here. Okay. So let's look more into this area. You know this area? There's the H Mart, Newton Garden Inn, and all of that. Okay. So then we go to Zillow. And we basically look for 3-bedroom,
What's that gonna do?
3-bedroom, 2-bath, single family home. And Brian, that area, you know what the name of that area real quick? Where does it show you?
8 more.
Cedar
The
Park.
one where
Cedar Park. I think Cedar Park.
okay. So just click on houses, entire place. Okay, these are the criteria. And you want to copy this with your homework tonight to find these properties and making 10 calls for them. Okay. Drop the script for them, Nino, for the 7-figure sublease script. And follow the script. Okay. I know we are running behind on time here, but you can just follow that script and make like 10, 20 calls or do the research in your area. And then tomorrow, the first thing we're gonna do is analyze your market, analyze your areas, and maybe I can make some calls for you. How many want me to make some calls for you? Okay. The criteria is you gotta do your homework tonight and find out some deals that's work for you. Okay. Cedar Parks. Cedar Parks. Austin. Cedar Park, Texas. Yeah. So you click on remove boundaries as well you want, so that can open up more properties. And then you just kind of make sure that it's a single family home. So, and hit apply. You don't look at townhomes and stuff like that. Apply. And then when you look at this, kind of drill down closer to where the two highway intersect and closer to the hotels, okay? And then of course, like any listing by property owner, you want to look at, okay? And if you look at the pictures, if it's not professional, it's actually better for you because it's not run by a professional management company. You don't want to have a rent like this one is run by a professional management company with the logo, their logo on the back picture. You don't want that. This one look like a picture they took of the iPhone, so that's good. You want that. Makes sense. And it's usually costs less too, because some property owner don't know the value what they get, and they're also a lot more open to negotiation. And if it's listed by a listing agent, that's good too. Okay. See, boom. What did I say? Listed by property owner, right? There you go. How did I know that? I was just looking at the picture. That's awesome. So take a screenshot of this. 4 bedroom, 3 bath. That's not bad at all. For only $2,000 a month. Wow. Welcome to Texas. Okay. Look at this high ceiling. Look at this backyard, fencing backyard. That's what we're looking for. Is it pets friendly? That's what we look for as well. Okay. So pets friendly. Awesome. Cha-ching, the first one I click on, buddy. When you say it's impossible, okay, there you go. First one I click on, okay. Okay. And you know, I mean, every area will have HOA. However, if it's an older area, usually they don't pay attention most of the time. And you know, as long as we not do short term, we do midterm. So a lot of times they're not gonna find out. Like people stay for 6 months, 3 6 months, sometimes a year. So and we tell them ahead of time, don't mention anything about Airbnb, don't mention anything about short term, blah blah blah. We say we just move in the area. You know, there's a lot of things that we can tell the people to do to need, you know, so that we don't have to deal with the neighbors or the HOA. So this one is a great, it could be a good deal. I mean, it look decent, right? The picture don't do justice because he took it off of his phone, which is great. You see? So you're looking for something like this. This even in a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, which is even better than 3 bedroom, 2 bath for only $2,000 a month. That's ridiculous. I mean, this guy is ridiculously pricing. So when I look at the overall market, you want to have a range, right? If you're looking at just overall this market right here, you see the range for his area is about 2,000 to max 2,500. You want to have a $500 range on your market, okay? So that's, you know, one right there. We can click on something maybe a little bit higher end, 2,500, see where that works. Yeah, that's not bad, you know? Yeah. 2,500. There's so many deals out there, you know. These two highway intersect. This look like a mall, if I'm not mistaken. So close by this mall could be a good place. Okay. You want to avoid pool. You don't need pool. You don't want to spend that much money on pool. You're gonna drain you a bunch of money. Okay. This one overlooking like a pond, which is awesome. If you have a nice view, of course. Okay. So there you go. You start looking for houses. And I'm gonna spend the next 5 minutes go over this. So I promised you guys some bonus, right? Click on this right here. This is a 7-figure script. Okay. For those of you who stay, congratulations. Okay. The 7-figure script. Okay. This will absolutely change the game for you. Okay. So I'm gonna go over that right now. This is what you should say when you call these people. Okay, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, I know Brian actually booked a call with me. So we're gonna talk right after this, okay? Just stay on after that. We'll have that call. But there you go, mindset. Number one, mindset first, right? With the right mindset, you can't lose. Okay. You need either practice what you learn or learn what you need to practice. Okay. You're doing them a favor by subleasing the property because you will be the best tenant they will ever have. Okay. There's also abundance mentality. There's plenty of properties out there. There are new ones every single day. No, don't back any of them. They should be backing you. You are interviewing them to see if they're a good fit for you and your company. Be confident, okay? We have the best solution for their pain point dealing with unqualified tenants. For each sublet, you can make around $2,000 to $3,000 a month, almost passive income. So you don't need that many to make $10,000 a month. You don't need that many partnership to get you to where you want to go. Okay. So that's why it's so powerful, this strategy. You only need a few of these to get financial freedom. Remember 80-20 rule, whatever you do. You make 10 calls, you get 2 say yes. That's amazing. That's perfectly normal. Even the best of the best get 20%, you know, closing rate, right? Physiology, the moment you change your perception, the the moment you rewrite the chemistry of your body, okay? You gotta rewrite the chemistry of your body. Don't do anything until you're in peak state. What this means is do some jumping jack right now, okay? At the end here. Everybody, stand up, get some blood flowing. I've been standing the whole 2 hours. Why? Because I know physiology is so important, okay? There's a big difference when you sit down, you slump down, when you're making calls. No, you want to pump yourself up with Tony Robbins incantations. Just Google Tony Robbins incantations and really embody that. Like when you go to war, you want to see anybody go to war, you see the warrior like, slouch down, sit down. No, they pump up and ready for battle. The same thing as this, okay? Smile, dress up, stand up when you make a call. Watch your tonality and posture. 80% of your success is your confidence. Whoever is more confident in a conversation win. So whoever is more certain and confident, that's why your physiology is so important. Think before you speak. Watch your tonality. Watch with confidence, okay? It's not so much what you say, it's how you say it. Be confident and optimistic that it's going to work out, okay? Only after the above, make the calls. Then just do it, okay? So all of that take about 5-10 minutes, but it's going to make everything different for you. The script sounds natural. Don't be robotic. So hi there, this is, put in your name. Don't say this is, whatever. Okay, I'm calling regarding your property, etc. How you doing? Build rapport, compliment on their property. I like your property because X, Y, and Z. We specialize in corporate housing, medical professional, insurance housing, help families, help home going through renovation, blah, 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 right? So this is the meat right here. Why we do business with us. We get professionally cleaned every couple months. We pay for it. Any repairs under $200, we don't even call you. We just pay for it and fix it ourselves. We basically manage it for free. And our clients are higher caliber professionals. You don't have to worry about they're not paying rent or trash the place like regular Airbnb, okay? Even homeowners are going through renovations who stay at our place, so they have insurance. They have, they're responsible people, right? All right. And this is like the ace card. If they're hesitant and if you really like the property, you could even pay $100, $200 above market rent, okay? And let me ask you this, has any of the applicant offer you these things? No, right? Like nobody offer them clean it every few months, maintain it, manage it for free. So we are going to be the best and last tenant they will ever have. So be very confident in that, okay? We're doing them a favor, okay? The only thing we ask for is your permission to sublease the property out to corporate clients. Don't mention Airbnb unless they ask you straight up and say, we do utilize Airbnb as one of our platform. However, our tenants are higher caliber, longer stay people. So you don't have to worry about the vacation rental who trash your place. You're going to reassure them of that, okay? Objection handling, all right? If your client's damage the property, we have insurance. We also require rental insurance. Our platform has insurance. So we have over like 3 or 4 different kind of insurance. We have more insurance than the regular long-term rental. Too many in and out tenants, our average is 3 to actually 6 months. So we don't do vacations, really no worries there. What's your website reference? Boom. If you're part of our community, you can be featured in our community, right? And you can say you can leverage our website reference, leverage, not just me, I would say hundreds of properties for nationwide with the new tenants, okay? So actually need to update this, say leverage the team of over hundreds of properties, and over 10 years combined experience, okay? For my mentees only, then you can leverage me, okay? Next step. What's the next step? What's the next step? If they say no, you say next, okay? Schedule a showing. Commit to make 10 calls every day, no matter what. You get 2 or 3 say yes. All you need is 2 to 3 landlords to say yes to get you financial freedom, okay? I have a landlord who gave me 10 properties by that one person, okay? So there you go. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I know we went overtime, so we want to provide you with the best that we can. So commit to make your life happen, right? It don't just happen by listening to me. It's happen when you go out there and take action. So how many are here commit to go out there, research your market, and make 10 calls, at least 10. If you are overachiever, have people done make 100 calls tonight, and then come back with me with the results tomorrow. Okay. Or find the deals. That's the most important. I can look into analyze the deal for you tomorrow. Action is a key all. Massive action is a key all. Okay. So commit to take action. So Carrie asked a good question. Why would the insurance client willing to pay double? Why wouldn't they find these cheaper rental and cut out the middleman? Okay. First of all, the companies and insurance clients, they don't have time for that. Okay. They're not going to go out and rent a home. You can't rent a home for 3 months anyway. Usually you got signed for a 1-year contract and you got to furnish it. You got to add Wi-Fi. So that's the value we provide for them. We do all that legwork so that way they can only rent it for 3 months, month to month, if they want to. You see what I'm saying? So they don't want another business. They want to focus on their business and they want to pay us for our services. Okay. And if it's insurance housing, insurance is paying anyway. So insurance clients don't really care, right? Insurance clients is going through a disaster with their home. The last thing they think about is starting out a business, and they don't even know where to start. They don't know how to do this business. Like you heard from Wendy and other people, I mean, it sound and look easy, but if you don't know where you're going, it's not going to work out for them. Okay. So that's why it's so super powerful for you guys to know that we have the community, we have the platform, we have everything you need to know to succeed, and all you need is just to leverage us and to build that dream life that you always dream of. Okay. So I think I'll end this. If you want more testimonial, just go to Beyond B&B Secrets /testimonial. Beyond B&B Secrets /testimonial. And you can learn a lot more from other people's stories as well. So drop that link in the chat for people to check it out tonight as well, guys. And also book that call. But I'll end with this quick 2-minute testimonial from our students. You can watch a bunch more here. Okay. So beyondbbsecrets.com/testimonial. And boom, there you go.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have other business endeavor as well. So in addition to that, I'm gonna focus on that and then the corporate housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
Well, on average, $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed up $50,000.
Wow. How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to be a pharmacist?
Forever.
Actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do everything I can to beat that number.
That's $20K a month, Andy.
Started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
How much are we making with this?
About 12,000 a month.
$12,000 a month.
Yeah. So peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's
He's at 20,000.
He's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months. So
I'm a realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man. The tools you provide, people we're around. You teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business. So I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up, It looked good. The first house, I average about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. So yeah, this is it's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just, getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go.
So if a 15 years old can do it, guys, I think you can do it too, okay? So with that, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you got some good value here, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, all right? Take care and God bless. Ooh, yeah, love it. Peace out.